So civilization has like a type system. It's one to three. Earth isn't even number one yet. We're still building our way up there. I thought it was pretty cool. I found out about this recently. So I saw like seven. I saw like five, six, and seven, and that was just. I mean, you're not really human at that point. And once you reach like type seven, it's like, what's the point? So type one, we might reach. Not in my lifetime. I don't think I can make it that long. I mean, if there was a genius and sped up the process, I would love to.
Imagine if we could
Oops. Yeah, it's set that low. I can watch video on normal speed.
imagine if we could control earthquakes and tsunamis to generate power, or maybe even terraform every planet in the solar system. These are just a couple of the things that might happen if human civilization was to advance in the future.
Wait, hold up. That sounds way too dank already.
So, how can humans get to this point? What other advancements will happen? And what makes us think we'll even progress this far? This is What If, and here's what would happen if we became a Type 1 civilization. Global civilizations can be categorized into what's known as the Kardashev scale. This measures a civilization's ability to use all the energy available to it, and is scaled from 1 to 3.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. But like some people went beyond it and made like four, five, six, and seven.
Currently, humanity doesn't even reach Type 1 civilization. This is because humans don't use all the forms of energy on Earth. We use wood, coal, and oil, but there's a lot more. So, what would change if humanity evolved into one of these types of civilizations? Being a Type 1 civilization means we would have complete control over all the energy on Earth. This means that we'd say goodbye to fossil fuels since they're limited and unsustainable. Instead, we could use the wind, sunlight, and water for our energy needs. And since this
Yeah, but we're already doing that. It's probably better. Oh, if we can control the weather, we can just generate hurricanes, collect energy from that. We can also try to create a Dyson sphere. Yeah, Dyson sphere is pretty much what got me interested in this.
energy is so accessible,
With the Dyson sphere, we can collect energy from the sun directly, and we have so much. It'll be like energy will be like breathing.
you may no longer need to pay for your power bill. In a Type 1 civilization, we'd continuously be using energy. It would be as essential as oxygen.
Oh,
We would also start using natural disasters to our advantage. Tsunamis could be used to produce energy, and earthquakes could potentially be used to terraform parts of the world.
oh, that's crazy. I don't. Dude, this sounds like something out of science fiction. Is this possible? I know I said type 1. I wanted type 1 before I die, but terraforming the Earth using earthquakes? Bro, that's like 200, 300 years from now. That sounds crazy.
With us having complete control over our planet's energy sources, we could also control the weather. If an area of the world were suffering through a drought, we could disperse rain clouds over it and bring
Now that's crazy. Bro, that's basically a superpower.
it back to life. Humanity could also say goodbye to global warming, as we'd be able to bring the atmosphere back to carbon neutral and control our planet's temperatures.
Oh, I thought the best solution to global warming was like the Dyson sphere.
That
I guess controlling the weather is much easier than building like solar panels across the fucking sun. And in order to even get the materials, we got to mine like a fuck ton of asteroids or like you know fucking mine another planet, a whole planet to even do that.
casualties from natural disasters would also be reduced, as we'd be able to predict when and where they might happen. And not only that, but we'd be able to live on places on Earth we'd never have dreamed of before, like in the water, as well as in climates that used to be unsuitable for us humans. Yep, living in a Type 1 civilization would be pretty great, but with things
Dude, that's crazy. What if like Atlantis was a prophecy?
being this perfect, we might get a little bored. So what if we took humanity one step further and became a Type 2 civilization, or even a Type 3? A Type 2 civilization means we could harness the energy of the sun and use it not just on
Yep,
Earth,
that's
but
this is
throughout our
what I
solar
was talking
system.
about.
We could use its power to travel to and terraform Mars, or even a planet like Neptune.
Yep,
Becoming a Type 3 civilization would
and the
allow us to use
moon.
all the energy
We can we can terraform Venus and make it like similar to Earth because it has similar gravity. I think that's a better option, but it takes like 200 years to do that. So I think people are like going to make moon bases and Mars colony first before they do Venus. It seems more realistic because in not only is Venus going to take like 200 years, you have to like block the sun so it can like rain. It gets pretty complicated. You should I recommend checking it out. It's pretty cool.
in the galaxy. And since the Kardashev scale was invented in the 1960s, scientists have come up with potential fourth and fifth types of civilizations. This is where things get a little tricky. Scientists aren't ready to fully define these as they're past our current understanding of physics. But it is safe to say that becoming either a Type 4 or Type 5 civilization means we can harness the energy of the entire universe and be able to travel it with ease. And becoming a Type 5 civilization means...
Tony Stark literally made time travel. If I lived in a world where that existed, I'd be questioning reality very much.
We'd all be practically gods. We could control and manipulate the universe in whichever way we please. There's no telling when we might evolve to these levels of civilization.
Not yet. Type 7 is omnipresent, then we'll be God. It's like going beyond the multiverse. Multiverse is like having access to a multiverse is like Type 5. And Type 6 is beyond that. And Type 7 is beyond that.
When it comes to energy, we have a long way to go before our utility bills become a thing of the past. On the Kardashev scale, we're still a Type 0 civilization, but we're closer than ever to harnessing Earth's energy, so what would it take for us to become a Type 2, or stellar civilization? How could we harness the energy of our sun? What could prevent us from getting to the next
Dyson Sphere. We can also like make a much... I give up.
level on the scale?
Go watch Arthur Isaac. Watch this mega structure playlist.
How would our lives
It's in there.
change?
It's pretty cool.
This is What If, and here's what would happen if we became a Type 2 civilization. Okay, if you're new to the Kardashev scale, to put it simply, it's a way to measure a civilization's
Yeah, we already know.
rating on the scale. We'd need to be able to use all the power of our sun, a massive swarm of energy. What could we do with it? In order to become a Type 2 or stellar civilization, we'll need to build a massive swarm of energy-collecting satellites around the sun, known as a Dyson swarm. You can learn more about this in our other video, What If We Built a Dyson Sphere Around Our Sun? But before we start building, we'll have to improve a lot of things here on Earth. There are many potential dangers to humanity that could stop us in our tracks, including climate change, war, pandemics, and...
Yeah, but with Type 1, that'll be all under our control. Except for war. I feel like our own destruction would be ourselves.
even asteroids. Speaking of asteroids, NASA has been hard at work developing their DART project, or Double Asteroid Redirection Test. In 2021, NASA will launch the DART satellite on a collision course with the near-Earth asteroid Didymoon, which orbits the larger and more threatening asteroid Didymos. This collision will increase Didymoon's orbital speed by about 4 minutes, which is just enough time to alter the larger asteroid Didymos' trajectory away from Earth, creating the first artificial meteor shower. If this proves to be a successful defense against threatening asteroids, it could help us pave the way to becoming a Type 1 civilization, and eventually Type 2 if we're lucky. Mind you, if we had the power of our entire sun at our fingertips, we could simply vaporize any potential threats to our planet. In fact, we could move Earth out of harm's way if we wanted to. Theoretically, we could control the orbits of everything in our solar system.
Moving the entire... Okay, dude, this sounds... Man, I thought I understood Type 2. I thought I want to live to see that. Well, I do want to see that, but that just sounds so crazy. We're moving an entire planet.
Using a Dyson swarm could also make other planets more habitable. With the help of these solar satellites, we could carefully control any planet's temperature by redirecting the sun's energy.
Yeah, like we can do with Venus. But it's going to take like a millennia to make it like Earth.
We could start terraforming nearby planets to give us new places to live. This would even let us take interplanetary vacations. Anyone up for a ski trip to Mars?
Yeah, dude, the planets. Dude, this is where people are going to live. They're going to make like Jupiter into a sun, a mini sun. And all its moons are going to be, they're going to terraform it into planets. Mars is going to be colonized. There's going to be moon bases. There's going to be, Venus is going to be like Earth too, but closer to the sun.
In fact, why stop at Mars? With limitless solar energy at our disposal, we could travel almost anywhere in our solar system. Technology at this point would likely make space travel available and affordable to everyone. Right now, a ticket to space could cost anywhere from $250,000 to tens of millions of dollars. Yeesh, so much for my mortgage. We might even be able to solve our climate change problems by partially shading the Earth with the Dyson Sphere, giving us time to heal and rebuild our atmosphere. With no more air pollution from fossil fuels, we'd be a much healthier and happier species. But before you breathe easy, we have a lot of work to do here on Earth before we even become a Type 1 civilization.
Oh
And
man, I can't wait for like... Dude, I think it's going to take us like... It's going to be the year 3000 when we get Type 2. I don't see it happening in the next 100, 200, 500 years. 800 years is people gonna like, oh, we can do it. But I don't see action happening to make like a Dyson sphere and fix our atmosphere using